So Susan and I met on during a commercial for Whites in Luxembourg, that lawyer commercial. How fun was that?
That was a blast. That was so much
It
fun.
was it was so awesome. That was the first day I met you.
Yeah,
And the people that I meet doing this work, they're so friendly and they're so helpful
isn't
and
it
they're
amazing?
so encouraging.
Yeah,
You know,
they're shares.
yeah, and cheers each other on. And anyway, so Susan reached out to me to do a UGC content, user generated content, which is basically you explain it.
Yeah, it's like those ads. If you see an ad on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you consume your social media, and you see real people talking about a product, that's UGC because that seems to be the way a lot of advertisers are going because it's just more real. That whole influencer thing, from what I'm seeing, is kind of gone. They just want real people.
Real
They don't want
people.
it perfect. They just want it real.
So Susan reached out to me and I was like, "What? Are you kidding? Yes, any chance to get to work with you again." And
Yay.
so I had to cancel because I have a cold. So instead, we decided to get together and just have a conversation because I don't know about you, but I get a lot of questions about how I get these gigs. This
Yeah.
is not even my full-time thing. This only started for me a couple of years ago, and I use this thing called Backstage. So I show people the app. I'm like, "You can do it too. Here's Backstage. But you've been doing this a little bit longer." And so tell people about, how you got started in this.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I started with Backstage. That seems to be like kind of the launching pad. What I love about Backstage and when you're brand new is that there's a lot of room to play. There's student films, there's indie films, there's commercials. You're not going to get the big stuff, but you're going to get a lot of really good little stuff and stuff to build your experience, build your portfolio, build your brand, and kind of test the waters to see what you like, what you don't like. You can
Right.
even there's sometimes some background on there, which I always recommend. Do one or two to just kind of see what
Yeah.
the camera set looks like and the protocol, the do's and the don'ts and all of that. But
Mhm.
Backstage to me is definitely a great place to start. And I've been doing this now, it'll be 3 years in May, and I will stay on Backstage. There's other casting websites, but I
Yeah.
love Backstage.
I've gotten everything that I've done on Backstage.
Wow, that's wonderful.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
It's it's definitely something I'm going to keep pursuing even
good.
when I retire. So right now I just have I'm juggling so many balls. I'm, running the gym. I'm also a social worker at the hospital, and so I don't have a lot of time, but it's the kind of work that just gets me so fired up.
It
Just
fills your
like,
tank, right?
my gosh, like just being on set and
Yeah,
kidding around with people and then, like eating lunch with everyone even, just like this socializing and finding
it's so
about
much
out
fun.
about it's so fun. And you're going on a cruise this week
I am.
with yeah, and you're shooting content. Well, you're shooting a commercial.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that one. My husband's a little jealous, I have to admit. But it's gonna be fun. And we do the first leg in the Caribbean, and then July we do another leg in Alaska. And so,
This is amazing. So this career is just like so exciting. So you're retired, right?
yeah, I'm a former mortgage banker for the silver hair has kind of earned the silver hair doing that job.
I hear wow. So I mean, that just to me is even more exciting because you did this other thing completely different
Yeah.
and now you've switched and like I just love people who just want to keep growing and keep on putting themselves out there and trying new things and it just makes life more exciting.
Yeah, and same with you. You're juggling a lot of balls between the gym and the hospital and doing this and what I love about this because I kind of did them a little bit in tandem as well.
Okay.
But this gave me that this is so much fun, you know?
I know. I know. It just like it really just fuels me up.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah.
something I've been wanting to do since I was a kid and then You
Really?
start, then you get married and have a kid and, life responsibilities. And
Mhm.
finally the opportunity hit. And I'm so glad because every day I feel like I play dress up. Who do I get to be today?
I
Yeah.
know, playing dress up, exactly, and, I was the opposite as a kid. I ran from the camera.
Oh,
I
wow.
was so insecure about my looks. I was cross-eyed my entire
Wow.
life up until 2015, 3 weeks before I got married to my husband, Marty, and
I
it
had no idea.
changed my life because now I had the confidence to look at people and have a conversation like this. Socially, it was so awkward for me, and so I just hid. I hid myself, I made myself small. I was so insecure. So when this happened for me, my whole life changed. I went back to school, got my master's in social work.
Wow.
Um, Everything just changed in my life, and,
That must have been so hard. That I had no idea. That's hard.
yeah, it sucked. It really, really, really sucked. I hated it. Yeah, it was just a long time coming. And so had it done and it brought me here. So like I feel like I made myself small, small, small. And then now I have the confidence to just put myself out there. And you know, even in the beginning when we opened up our gym and my husband Marty is like, all right, you gotta do videos, you gotta do content. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I mean, now I'm dancing on video,
I
but
love
it
it.
was
Say you're really good at making that dance moves today. You just had me want to dance and sing and a little Bruno Mars going on.
I'm so obsessed with Bruno Mars. He's just so good. He's so
Right?
good. But
Yeah,
so anyway, that's like a little bit of my story and that, like I like using that example to encourage other women because it's a whole different thing when you have kids, right?
I do. Yep.
And how old are they?
I have one and she is 33.
Are you a grandmother yet?
She's trying. Where
Okay.
she's going through the IVF journey at the moment.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
things are
Yeah.
looking good. So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's
And are
great.
you a grandma yet?
I will be in September.
That's
Yeah.
right. Exciting.
I know it's the first one. But anyway, so I really like to, when the kids grow up and then they leave and then they, have their own families and stuff. And here we pour it into them, pour it into them, pour it into them for all these years. And then we're, okay, what's next? And I knew I didn't want to feel that way. And so I think I did like a preemptive strike by going back to school. I'm like, nope, that's not gonna happen. I need something else of my own. But I think for a lot of women, they suddenly find themselves like, well, who am I?
Yeah, because 'cause you're right, you pour yourself into your family, into your kids, and that becomes your identity. It's funny because I remember it's like, "Oh, that's Adrian's mom, that's Adrian's mom." Not like, "Oh, there's Susan, there's Adrian's mom," and I
Yeah,
am so joyous and so grateful for that
yeah,
title, and you do
yeah.
get to a later stage and you're like, "Who am I? What do I wanna be?" And it's such a beautiful process to be able to wake up and go, "Alright, let me figure this out and see who what I want the next chapter of my life to look like."
But I think that's where it stops for people, for women.
Yeah. Yeah, it can for
Because here
sure.
we are we're past midlife, unless I'm going to be living until 112.
I hear ya. I know,
um,
right?
like I think that's where it stops because then suddenly, like, it's the low self-esteem that is like, "Nah, I can't. I don't," and
A
and
lot
it
of
it
fear, right?
stops people, yeah. So
Yeah,
I feel like I wanna be an example for women who are in the and I love your content too because you
yeah.
talk a lot about that on your Instagram. You talk a lot about aging doesn't have to be this or that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, and I love the whole pro-aging movement because it's something I didn't think about when I was in my 30s, and now that I'm in my 60s, it's like, "Okay, you know what? I think 60 should be the new 60, not 40, or 60 should be the new 40, or however that goes. I think we should
Yeah.
just celebrate where we are. And it fascinates me just how different cultures and different environments, how they look at aging. And the fact that we are here and at our age is beautiful. And I think
Mhm.
it should be pro aging and not anti aging
I
and just
love
be
the pro-aging.
celebrated.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love
I,
that.
it's
Yeah.
a gift to be able to be here.
Yeah. Exactly. What's the
Yeah,
alternative?
exactly. Exactly. But, and I love your thoughts too about, because it's true. So many people do, it's fearful, it's, they get stuck, or they try to figure out what their next move is, and it can be really daunting. I feel so grateful because I knew this is what I wanted to do, but if I didn't, I don't know what I would be doing, and I would be in
Mm.
that same spot. And I'm so glad that you decided on this journey because we met each other, and I love
No.
your energy and I love being around you. So
So funny.
it's
From the second I met you on that set, it was so fun. Did I tell you that I showed up so early there on that commercial for Whites in Luxembourg?
no.
Have you seen the commercial on TV, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people have been, like, reaching out and like, "Is that you?" But,
Yes.
you know, it was you were just so warm and just, like, inviting and not just, like, like like, there's
Same.
a
You were
stigma
too.
out there, like, actors and models and are, like, stuck up or, like no, I have not
No.
experienced that at all.
Yeah.
Everybody's so cool.
Absolutely, and the second I met you, I'm like, "I love this gal because she is just so warm and so kind and so full of life and energy." I'm like, "I wanna be around that because I love being around
Yeah.
all that
Thank
positivity."
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think that some people don't like that because
Yeah.
I think it's sometimes I think I'm too much for people.
Oh, honey, you know what?
Sometimes.
Said, as what's this how does the saying go? How does it go? I might not be everybody's cup of tea, right? But that's because you're champagne, girl. But yeah, I feel you. I think sometimes the same about
Yeah,
myself because I don't know, I get excited about life and
I know. I
I have a
know.
lot of energy.
Me too. Me too. And then of course our silver hair sister theme that was like an immediate connection.
100%. First, whoever is watching this, if you're apprehensive about trying it and you're a little bit afraid, I get that. I was too. But you know what?
Mhm.
Be yourself, be human, mess up, who cares? That actually makes it more real and more
Yeah.
fun. And so
Wow.
at first it can be intimidating because you think, oh, who's going to watch this? Am I being silly? I don't know. But
Yeah.
you would just be out and be you, and the right audience will appreciate and love
Yeah.
you.
Right. It's the
And you'll
right
find
people.
like-minded people, and you'll
Yeah.
make friends that way, and I love that. Well, I am so glad that you've joined this world of acting and backstage because it just anytime I get an opportunity to work with you, I'm like, "It's gonna be a good day."
And I feel the same way about you for sure. I'm really looking forward to doing more stuff with you, and I can't wait to get this UGC thing off the ground. I hope that the person that is casting this is understands
Yeah,
all
they'll
of the
understand.
blocks in the
You know,
road.
we can only do what we can do, and sometimes those blocks are for a reason, and everything then comes together beautifully, and we're gonna make some great content together, and
Yeah,
she's gonna be really happy.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
all the stars
Ni-
will align.
Nice way of putting it.
Just really grateful for our connection, and I love what you're doing, and I love your supportive women. I just think it's really beautiful, and I'm grateful to be, part of the journey with you.
Thank you so much. Just so blessed to have you in my life as well. Bye.